The Dreams, area 300 now. Goes up fast here. Forgot about that. Well, I mean, I don't know. We're dealing with the same stuff here. But I'm like, what just happened? Dude, I totally messed everything up. All right. Put up a team to run overnight and ended up going Bud's buggy. Wow. Okay. Like with your computer on, that would totally do it. It doesn't seem to work if you go offline. There's other bugs that happen offline that'll take you all the way to 2001. I've gone to 2001 with a speed team that I just forgot to set the reset area on. Ridiculous. Oh, I didn't put. Oh, dang it. God dang it, yeah. No, we do want. Okay. We're going to want Grama for armor. Like, why didn't it save a champion in that slot? Oh, you didn't put one there. Silly. It's turned off. Yeah, different. I think. Well, I don't know. It could be the same bug, but whenever I shut off, if I'm running Bud's buggy and then I turn my computer off and I come back, it's gone. It's not there. The reset gets rid of it. What is going on? Why are you, Penelope? Are you killing us? Penelope, you're making this worse. Maybe. Yeah, I think depending on where the, oh no, depending on where the swarms land. Is this she's slowing people? She is. Oh, even before they get there. No. Here's another Dev Insights question. All right, Penelope, you're coming out. I can't have that. I can't have that in Avernus. Oh. Good man. We're going to lose a bit of gold fine, but not too much. We also lose some crowd control, but if we need it, we can bring it back. But we're on and off these vehicles a lot in Avernus, and we can't have that. We can't have that been going on. That's not okay. Just notice Elminster doesn't follow the same increment as other patrons. No, Elminster's minimum area goal is 825. And then eventually he scales up later on. Once you get to things that would have been 825 and beyond, then he scales like a normal patron. But his minimum area goal for a patron variant is 825. Also, he needs way more influence because of that, he needs way more influence to buy things. I mean, they all scale up, but he's the end game patron. So he's really high up there. I don't understand who the DPS in that formation was, Necron. I guess. Because if Kreidel was tanking, he was buffing Gosrick, Sasaspia, and Brig. But hey, it broke somehow. Like I said, there's an offline bug that'll break and your damage just goes way up real high. I'm assuming this is supposed to be what do you think of the new artificial limits to patron campaigns? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that means. What is the new artificial limit to patrons and campaigns? What are we talking about? I haven't heard of them go, hey, we're adding a new artificial limit to patrons and campaigns. So I don't. You're clearly talking about something. That doesn't help me. Just saying Elminster doesn't help me to say limit. I need you to rephrase your question because I don't understand what you're asking at all. I don't get. I need an example or something. I don't understand what you're asking. Raging Karlach with Brunner, but Karlach isn't. But Karlach isn't getting buffed by Kreidel. This is my confusion. Valentine is in that formation. She isn't even getting Kreidel's buff. Yeah, no, yeah. Elminster is just super hard. Super hard. He is the in-game patron. You shouldn't be messing around with him it's Elminster. If you're helping Elminster out with stuff, it's a lot. Canonically, you better have a lot of power. All right, Nibbles, he's ringing out. Yeah, Necronus, that's the bug. That's the offline bug a lot of us have run into. It doesn't even matter the party. You shut your game off, you come back the next day, it's on 2001, and you never should have gotten there. Who is Elminster? Is that what you're asking? So Elminster is the, I guess he is a chosen of Mystra, the goddess of magic, but arguably the right hand of Mystra. Like there are lots of chosen of Mystra, there are a number of chosen of Mystra, but he's like the main one, and he's been around for a very long time through multiple Mystras, not just the current Mystra, because there have been a couple. Because considered to be, well, at one point, one of the most powerful wizards in existence. So, yeah, he's a big deal. But he's if Mistra needs something difficult doing, then that's Elminster gets sent to do that, and that can be, trying to set right the politics of a city, or taking down a group of strong bad guys. It's canonically it's spelled Mystra, but it's pronounced Mistra. I always grew up pronouncing it Maestra. It's the difference between, now we get to hear, we were reading it in books before, and now we get to hear people talk about it, and the people that determine those pronunciations have said Mistra. How did he outlive a goddess? Well, the goddess died and he didn't. That's part of the stories of the Forgotten Realms. There's a whole thing. So yeah. But Elminster, he's supposed to outlive the goddess of magic. That's part of his job. He is one of the anchors of the weave. The weave anchors. There's lots of ways a god can die. Gods aren't immortal. So there are these things called, because you can't have the goddess of magic, Mistra, manages the weave of magic, and if the goddess were ever to die, then magic would be gone from the realms forever. So to protect against magic disappearing, Mistra had to create weave anchors, which are basically strong, chosen, or at least in most cases they're strong chosens, people who are chosen of Mistra, who can carry if Mistra is to die, can carry a portion of her magic inside of them and not have it just kill them immediately, right? But there are also hidden weave anchors, because if it's just easy to know who all the weave anchors are, then evil can just try to take out all the weave anchors and destroy magic forever, right? So there are some unknown weave anchors. One of them is Volo, because who would ever guess that Volo is someone that Mistra would secret away a source of her power into, which is why Volo has lived for a very long time, and why, generally speaking, if Volo's ever in serious trouble, one of the chosen of Mistra show up and save him, usually Elminster. Where this canon gets a little fuzzy is Baldur's Gate 3. I don't think they did it right. Volo can die. But that's not supposed to be a thing, because Volo holds some of Mistra's magic canonically. So when people attempted to, when evil gods and chosen of evil gods attempted to kill off Mistra and succeeded, the weave anchors held her magic, with Elminster holding the largest share, almost driving him mad. It's a whole book, and he had to survive both this power madness from all of this power running through him, and hide from people who are trying to take him out because they know he's got it, until the new Mistra could come into power and take over and manage the weave. Yeah, there's a whole book. That's a whole book. There's lots of books about Elminster. They're real good. Was that the Seven Sisters? No, the Seven Sisters are Mistra's daughters. They were literally the daughters of the goddess of magic. 7 daughters. Some of them were also weaving. I think they're not all alive anymore. But some of them still exist as ghosts, and whether they're still weave anchors as ghosts or not. I don't know. That gets fuzzy. Yeah. Yeah, the next Nintendo console is they went from the Wii, they went to the Wii U, and then there's going to be the Wii Vankers. Yes. Bolo lets Elminster save him. No, Elminster turned him into a frog for like a decade or something, and put him in his pond because he was just tired of him, which is fair. Bolo, come on, Bolo. But yeah, in the Forgotten Realms, a lot of, if not all, of the gods were once mortals. They just attained a level of power that they either killed an old god or took over power, like assumed enough power to be able to become a god. Like, yeah, there's ways you can become gods in the Forgotten Realms. So. Bolo is a hack, letting out. Stop this. Stop this. Bolo canonically is a hack. He is not. He is a unreliable narrator. He was created that way on purpose. You should not trust anything Bolo tells you. If you were to kill Mistra and find and destroy all the weave anchors, then the magic would be gone forever. Would gods also lose their magic? Godly power is different from magic, right? Gods would still, because not all gods use magic. But the power of a god is a little different thing. But what it would do is it would put more power in the argument here is from the evil gods is that it puts power into the hand of everyday people and not just these finger wagglers. No, god is a status. What do you? I mean, you're god. You're worshipped. That's God in the Forgotten Realms is defined by worship. If nobody worships you, you're not a god, and that's how gods work in most places. I hate to break it to you, but yeah. So if you can destroy all of a god's followers, that god basically ceases to be a god anymore. There's no power there anymore. I'm trying to say, did that? There's stories I think where they talk about how some gods kind of disappear and they don't know where they went, but it's thought that maybe nobody's just following them and they're off protecting themselves so that nobody tries to destroy it. Because if you're a god and you're weak, and your enemies might come after you, right? Doesn't necessarily mean they're gone forever. If people start worshiping them again, then they can get their power back. But gods can't be killed in most places. I don't know what places you're talking about. Just because someone hasn't seen it done doesn't mean it can't be done. But gods aren't even the ultimate power in the Forgotten Realms. There's at least one overgod that we know about. I have a feeling there's probably more, but Ao is the overgod that we know of. But I really feel like there's more than one. And then there's someone above him. There's some power above him. We don't know what that is. It's never been named. I think the only name we know is Ao, is my understanding. But when all the gods of the Forgotten Realms were getting real pissy and causing too much trouble, Ao was like, "Oh, and cast them all down from the heavens, forced them to walk on Earth, and it's this time of troubles in the Forgotten Realms. Forced them to walk on Earth, and they were vulnerable, and and could die and be replaced during that time. He was like, nope, you don't get back into heaven until you get me these things. Like, there's some gods stole some powerful godly relics, and Ao was pissed. He was like, nope, you can't come back until somebody has to bring these back. You can't keep these. These are not yours. Bring back my stuff, or you're grounded, basically. So, you know. But yeah, divine power comes from worship. Is like, well, I guess the easiest way to understand it. The more followers you have, the stronger you are. Whereas magic comes from the weave. Yeah, the Bard Sports. That's what I'm saying. There's something above AO, but we don't know what that is. AO's basically middle management. The gods of the Forgotten Realms are your supervisors. AO is middle management, and we don't know how far the executive ladder ascends above that. No idea. It's turtles all the way. But yeah, so far no one's tried to be like, I'm shooting for AO's job. No one wants that job. Everybody wants to be real strong and be the god amongst gods, but no one's like, I want AO's job. No one's done that yet. But hey, maybe that's where the Vecna campaign comes in. Maybe if you can like, if you don't know, there's a new campaign for Idle Champions coming on Wednesday. And the storyline for it is that a Vecna from a different plane has arrived. And it's a Vecna that in their version of reality, in another multiverse, a different version of reality, they won. They always won. They never lost. So they ruled an entire multiverse. And they're like, you know what? I want another one. And so they come to this one. Maybe that's how you vie for AO's job, is can you rule maybe that's Vecna applying for AO's job. Look at me. I've demonstrated I can rule multiple multiverses. That might be it. We don't know. I think there's a good argument that that's what's going on. Because if you're the god above gods in one multiverse and you want to move up in the hierarchy, be a god amongst on multiple multiverses. Makes sense to me. Here's the name. They just go, "Hey, yo!" Yeah, the upper management, they're all New York Italians. Hey, yo, whoa, way! Get over here. That's a horrible impersonation. I apologize to all New York Italians. I meant no disrespect. This is horrible. Do Vecna have worshippers? I don't know, maybe. But the Vecna thing is Idle Champions spawning lots of Vecna, versions of Vecna, for us to kill in the Emergence event. I don't know how canonical that is with the new campaign. Oh, is a planet? Oh, it happens to be is a planet that happens to be a Green Lantern. Printing are also Space New Jersey. Probably. I don't know. I don't follow the Green Lantern stuff, but yeah, it's possible. Why not? Has anyone ever? Oh, we got another electrum check. Anyone ever run a campaign where all the dwarfs just sound like they're New Yorkers? Is that? I mean, why do they all have to be like Scottish? Potion of speed. Nice. We must have got another electrum from Diane. Forgot to overlevel her. We did. Okay. I got to remember to overlevel her next time we're at soft cap. When George's talking like Appalachian coal miner, I mean that would make sense. I don't know what they sound like, but you know, multiple generations digging in the ground. It makes sense to me. Yeah, someone bumps into a dwarf. Hey, I'm walking here. I think that'd be great. That'd be great. What a great, like you're walking through a city, introduce someone to the dwarves of your homebrew campaign, and you bump into one on the street, and they turn around and they go, "Hey, I'm walking here." Just oh, that would set a tone. That would set a total tone for that campaign. Oh. Maybe that's the difference between city dwarves and mountain dwarves. Because you know there's dwarves that just grow up in the city. Fantasy elves are British. Wait. Oh, fantasy elves are British and fantasy dwarves are Scottish. I don't know. That's just because it was all based off of Europe. That's what they went with, I guess. So this is the you want to have somebody run into a dwarf at a bar, and it's actually the bard, like it's a dwarven bard doing a bit, and the wrong people laugh, and then he does the whole what? What's funny about it? You know, do the whole line from Goodfellas. Do I amuse you? Well, you're a bard. Oh, oh. Nathalis, we're talking about the Forgotten Realms. I thought we kind of figured that out, but also there are, you know, there are other things from like Greek mythology and stuff where, yeah, not every god lives forever. Depends on the mythology and the interpretations and whatever, but uh, we're we're talking about stories, so and ultimately those are determined by the writers. See, I would think the Fey folk would be Irish. That's me. Right? Want a campaign where the Vikings, barbarians sound like they're from Minnesota? Maybe. That's like northern Midwest. Well, Ope is just that's just the Midwest. That's just the Midwest in general. Oh, like that's just the Midwest. There's a northern Midwest and a southern Midwest. They have different speech patterns. But I feel like it's pretty much throughout the Midwest that you go to you're standing in line for something, somebody turns around and almost bumps into you, and it's like, oh, like that's the thing. That's the thing you do. That's the shortened version of, oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry about that. So, almost done with this one. This campaign would have been a much quicker place to farm out Armored Juniper. But we already got her. But we're getting like 600 from this one. The higher area goals, it's just, we need the potions though, so I don't want to stop. I don't want to slow down our progress at all. I want lots and lots of speed potions. And I feel like we're still going to run out. So. All right, Lydia, thanks for hanging out. Bard's Forge, you're in Avernus? Wait, are we talking Avernus or somewhere else? Tale of Two Cities, right. Alright. Oh, Path of Dreams.